3 years is the right place to go. It's the right thing to do. And this building program not only would provide homes for our families, but would create some 28,000 jobs. This building program would help New Zealanders who need a home, help New Zealanders who need a job, and help our struggling construction industry. And I can tell you, my dad would have loved a job like that. A job where he was building homes for the people and for the communities that he cared most about. But last year, John Key cut the State House building budget by $100 million. And what we have heard from the Prime Minister today suggests that he does not care enough about the 20,000 New Zealand families with chronic housing problems to bother to solve the problem. He aims to shuffle existing housing stock around, to push people out of their homes through the reviewable tenancies process. That will do nothing for the problem. There are not enough homes for the families who need them. This government's lack of compassion and absence of solutions for our families is gutting. We can be a better country than this. There are other choices that we can make. We can help our families. One of those areas where we can help is with the power bills. It's not just rent, not just food, with the power bills. One way to do this is with progressive pricing, which would lock in a low electricity price for every household up to a certain threshold, around 40,000 kilowatt hours a year. In many homes, this would be enough to keep them warm and dry at an affordable price. New Zealand, we are unique in that we still own the majority of our electricity generation assets, the big renewable projects that our grandparents built. So we have the ability to look at progressive pricing schemes which would help our most vulnerable families stay healthy and warm. Ensuring a fair price for families for their power is just one of the reasons we must maintain full public ownership of our power companies. Selling our power companies, as National is promising to do, will make it harder to achieve cheaper and sustainable power for those who need it the most. MMP is also part of the solution. I know that me being in Parliament would have blown my dad's mind. He didn't live to see it. No one in this place ever talked about the reality of his life. No one in this place ever saw him as a person to whom they were responsible. No one in this place bothered that their decisions would determine the course of his life. That is until MMP allowed for people like him to be here and to speak on his behalf. So in this year's referendum, I am voting to keep MMP and to improve it. The gap between rich and poor grew very rapidly here in Aotearoa between the mid-80s and 2000. Real incomes for lower and middle-income families fell, while the income of wealthy households soared. The mid-1980s is when work dried up for my dad. He died in 1995. When my dad died of his stroke, when he had a stroke, he couldn't even get decent help from the hospital. He was disbelieved, he was discounted, he was dropped on the floor. This wasn't intentional mistreatment. It was just that same casual disregard that dogged my dad his whole life. At the hospital in those last hours of his life, he really needed to be treated with some dignity, just as he deserved to be treated with dignity and respect throughout his whole working life as he sought to take care of his family. My dad was sacrificed to dead-end economic ideas. He did not live to see the shift to smart green economics. And I wish he had, because smart green economics does not demand the sacrifice of our environment. Smart green economics does not demand the sacrifice of our people, and it would not have demanded his. Our government plays a key role in shaping a fair society. This Parliament can help to guarantee the essentials and make sure that every New Zealand person, man, woman and child, gets a fair go and a bit of respect. So, I am here for my father, Richard Ropata Eruera Ture. I am here for the many thousands of New Zealanders just like my dad. Kia ora.
The Honourable